Yeah, let me share my screen. Oh, hello, Ariane. What were you here at yesterday, Ariane, or not? I forgot. I forgot who was. Oh, okay, good, good. So we're back. Good, 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 good. So yeah, so Parcote has a very good question. Okay, so yes, yeah. Let me share my screen. Maybe this is gonna help. Well, um, yes. So we have to be as as this page says, as this help section says, as I mentioned yesterday, the best resources here, or the most important pages, is this one. And in this one here, the contributing has a section for help. So you gotta get used to like just asking a lot of questions to the LLM. So just to make your, just to be, just to tell you what's on our side. On our side, we're not gonna give you an AWS account. We're not gonna give you an email account. Nothing at this stage of you being an intern. So in the meantime, you have to use LLMs. Like we advise you to use Claude or ChatGPT. Well, Claude is now more preferred for coding, but ChatGPT also does does a good job, and you have lots of LLMs which we list here. So you just need to ask the LLM any question you have. For example, but on maybe your question is if we're gonna give you an AWS account or Azure or some other account. Not at this stage. At this stage for interns, we basically have them. We have them find their own resources. There's a lot of there are lots of open source resources there. They're free of charge. They have free trials. So you have to figure out how to do it. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, you can use yours. Um, so does that answer your question, Parcote? In fact, I'm not sure. I mean, there's so many. Yes, just try from your side. Any resource will do. You know, things are so different now from from 10 years ago or 20 years or 30 years ago. There's so much online, so many apps, so many platforms that offer you things for free. Um, there's so many open source resources, like VS Code is open source, Colabs is open source, you know, Gmail is open source. Then if we go into more sophisticated stuff, uh, lots of platforms have a free trial. AWS has a free trial and all that stuff. So we got to, let's see, we got a free trial. Yeah, so you just need to be self-sufficient for now. Um, yeah, because we have a lot of interns, or we expect to have a lot of interns this new cycle. So we cannot be. So whoever basically starts showing promise, then we'll get then we'll get more we'll get more focused on that person. Um, yeah, does that answer your question? So we have to be self-sufficient at this point, and the way to find out things is by using ChatGPT. For example, this morning, I was looking at the stuff that we put on the website. For example, I went to the, well, as you know, this is the most important page, which is very general. It has our office hours, and every week we update these links so that you'll be able to come to the next office hours. And I was looking this morning at well, this is the most important page, but I was looking at the second most important page, which is this one, as mentioned. In fact, they've actually cleaned up a little bit. We used to have a third column here, so now it's cleaner. We only have the two main columns, and the one that you first have to register, as you know, uh, and then you have to go through the items, and they've actually changed this stuff about based on based on what we discussed yesterday. They've changed we've changed the virtual environment item, and now you can read a little bit more about the virtual environments and all that stuff. But I was looking more specifically at this item here, which gives you two code examples. Like it says RAG development by using LLMs. So I was looking at this one, and we have two very nice examples in which they give us codes that were developed by them, by basically by the LLMs. This example one is a code of the RAG, is like a basic RAG using ChatGPT. I won't show it to you. And the second one is using Claude. And the second one is, I mean, we prefer Claude because it's really trained specifically for coding. Like OpenAI has Codex, which is kind of analogous, but I think Claude has put more effort and more money, perhaps, on focusing on coding. So I was looking at this example that you guys can access of the RAG that we have, and I noticed that we have some paid resources here. So basically, in this code that they gave us, that Claude actually outputted, it uses OpenAI APIs, and it uses some OpenAI embeddings. So then I said, no, this is not gonna help interns. So what I did is let's see, what I did was to ask, Claude. I copied that code. I gave Claude that code that I just showed you with some paid elements, and I pasted on the chat of Claude, and on a new chat, and I asked it to refactor it so as to use all open source stuff. Like instead of using OpenAI's API, I asked him to use Grog, which is free. It's an LLM API, which is free. And I also asked him to use an open source embeddings model because it was using OpenAI's embedding model. So I did that, and it gave me a beautiful code with these two things open source. So I didn't even have to bother to change manually OpenAI, like the OpenAI lines and commands with the Grok commands. I just asked the LLM to do so, and it did it for me very nicely. It also basically replaced the paid embeddings model with, I don't know if OpenAI charges for embeddings, but I asked him to give me another open source embedding model. And it did that for me without me writing any code. I just basically prompted, and it gave me that. And we'll try this one, where you guys can try this one. This one will be posted sometime in the next couple of days, this new version. But you can do the same. You just need to keep talking to the LLM until you find the answer that you are looking for, or until you find the resource that you're looking for. Do you know what I mean? So the solution is the LLM. Just ask questions to the LLM. You can ask them, like, for example, if we go to, say, Claude, or let's assume, let's use ChatGPT. You can ask him, where, okay, or you can tell him, I'm developing a RAG, tool, or a RAG system, and which builds a knowledge base, and I need an open source storage platform or storage service where to store the data, the say relatively massive data uh, that I will need to store to build the RAG. Something like this. You don't even have to be a very precise. I mean, you don't need to be precise in the English, but you need to have you need to have the keywords or the key sentences or key things well described. And let's see what it does. Let's see what it says. So you have all these other resources. Do you see? So that's how it goes. Again, guys, as we mentioned, yes, right. You need a good prompt. You can try again and things like that, and go for it. But that's why we don't. Yeah, that's why we don't. There's not too much need for someone to tutor you, because everything. I mean, the LLM is your best tutor. The LLM knows more than most of us. And of course, it's not perfect, but that's how you need to develop your RAG and try to improve the accuracy. Yeah. Any other questions? So, yeah. Any other question, guys? So that's kind of the style you need to get used to. That's why we mentioned on the most important page, or one of the two most important pages, which is this one, that that's how you need to do it in the help section. Yeah. So we say that you need to be self-sufficient. There are tons of resources out there, but in here we're just basically here to help you. Like in these 2 office hours per week, we're here to answer your questions, try to help you with your blockers, and just by answering your questions, basically we'll all learn a little bit, and we'll all find out other resources. So just going back to, yeah, any other questions before I make a couple of comments here in the items. And here you have in this section in the issue 19, you have 2 sample codes, but the idea is that you will improve those codes. You'll come up with your own version or improve those codes so that let's see, so that you'll be adding some of these features and you're making things much better. Also, the first thing, well, this comes later. Right now, what you need to focus on is in knowing how to extract. Let's go back here. Sorry. Yeah, let's go back here. Right now, what you need to focus on is on how to extract all the data in a very good way and the best possible data. So that is your focus. Like, for example, you might actually extract some PDF documents, and you have to know how to extract the text from that PDF document. And we actually gave you some tips on how to do that there. So the first step, don't worry about this step yet. The first step is to extract the data and to basically put it together. To extract the text from various data sources, PDFs, PowerPoints, Excels, whatever you find there. We tell you what, here we tell you what to do. Let's see, where is it? Oh, here. Here we tell you about the sources that you need to work on. And then we also tell you, in the next item, we tell you about, actually in the RAG tutorials here. In the RAG tutorials, we tell you this is stuff about text extraction. So you have to follow this flow. So this is very interesting, and there are various ways to extract text from PDFs, because sometimes if you have a PDF with images, with tables and all that, it like some libraries only extract the text. They forget about the text in the tables. They forget about the images. But as initially you can do it at the basic level, but then we'll be going back and refining the way we extract the text in the information from PDFs. We'll try to extract the text from images as well. We'll try to extract the text from tables, so that the whole, all the information in the document will be taken advantage of.